What's up, guys? So maybe you guys have seen my my squat transformation video. So I was blocking the. Maybe you guys have seen that. Wanted to do a long form. Normally I make like Instagram videos and TikToks, just like short recaps with music over it of my workouts. I want to do a little long form video though. Squatting today. This is the first squat session after since I think a week ago exactly, when I hit that 405, and then did 2 AMRAP sets with 315. Those 2 sets after, they weren't quite AMRAPs, you know. I probably could have got 1 or 2 more reps. For all intents and purposes though, they were AMRAPs. You know, they were both sets were more than I've ever done with 315, and beat an actual AMRAP that I did on Christmas Day, which was like 2 months ago or something. Is that right? 2 months ago? Yeah, something like that. Which I did 305 and I got 11 reps. And then, you know, this time around after a PR, I hit 315 for 12, not even to failure. So that's pretty good. I think the trade-off that you make for going actually a failure on squats in particular, I think the trade-off, there's a time and a place for both, and there's absolutely a time for going all the way to failure. But given my circumstances in that workout, what I was trying to achieve, and my past performance, the week before and the weeks before, that was the choice I made. I wanted to stay 1 or 2 reps shy of complete failure, so I could do a second set with 315, get close to the same amount of reps, and overall get a better stimulus. Because if I went all the way to failure in one set, you know, that kills you. And then on the preceding set, I would have got probably 4 reps less. So it's, you know, it's a volume versus intensity trade-off, and it's certainly a time to go all out on one set. Decided not to though. So anyway, now we come to today. I've started to cut. I've been on less calories for the past like 4 or 5 days, I believe. Only like a 500 calorie deficit, so really not much. That's 500 calorie deficit from my bulk calories. So I actually haven't really lost any weight. I'm still at 200 roughly in the morning, like 197 to 200 in the morning. But my max weight, like during the day, is less. So I think I'm hoping that this coming week I'll start dropping a little bit, and maybe I'll see like a new low. Maybe I'll be hitting like 196 in the morning, and then I'll know that something's happening and my metabolism didn't just drop, which is what I don't want, which is why I have such a small calorie deficit, because I'm trying to avoid that, and I'm doing everything I can to keep my metabolism high. Implemented a little bit more cardio, slightly, not necessarily cardio, really just walking. And I've done like I'll do like a short burst of a sprint on that walk, but walking about a mile and a half every day, just in addition to my normal activity. So that's pretty cool, and that will continue going up. I'll probably start walking about 2 miles starting in the next couple days, and then we'll just go from there. Keep the metabolism up on the cut, so I don't have to just drop my calories low, because the higher you can keep your calories, obviously the better performance you're going to have in the gym, the higher your metabolism is going to be, and the better you're going to feel, the more satiated, the less hungry you're going to be. So anyway, yeah, that's with the cut. So the reason you're here, I'm assuming, this squat workout. So I don't really have a full plan yet. I'm kind of developing my strategy for this cut in terms of training program. I have a general idea. I want to try to keep my strength up, and obviously I'm going to be incorporating more volume than I have been doing for this peak you know, because I was peaking for a 1 rep max. So obviously volume towards the end of that peak was a lot lower and too low. So volume's going to come up a little bit. I'm going to start doing more reps again, obviously. What I'm thinking, at least to start it off, and what I'm doing today, is I'm going to do sets of 10. So I'm not sure exactly what weight. I'm thinking I'm either going to do probably 155 or 165. 165 is the best I hit like a handful of weeks ago. And 155 is about like where I've been historically in the recent history is 155, because 165 was a new PR for 4 sets of 10. But it was actually pretty easy considering the fact that I was going through those reps really quickly. I'd like blast out like 5 and then do another 5 like with pretty quick tempo. So definitely not a true max. But over 4 sets, you know, that's a lot of volume. So I don't know, I'll probably do at least 1 set with 265, and then if I feel like I'm gonna get destroyed over the next couple sets, then I will drop it down a little bit, because you know, it's the first session and I'm not fully accustomed to sets of 10 at the moment. So yeah, that's the plan, sets of 10. And I'm gonna start off though with going up to a single. Right now I'm only planning on hitting 365, but I think I'm gonna make that a pause rep. So that'll be cool. That'll be the most I've pause repped. I think the best I've pause repped was like 340, I think. And it was on my 3rd set of, I think, like 5. So I did 2 sets of 5 regular reps, and then on my 3rd set, I did the 1st rep, I did a pause rep, just because I felt good. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna work up to a single, moderately heavy. Obviously, a week ago I hit 405, so, you know, part of me wants to go 405 and just try to get another rep, just to have that, like, all right, I've done it twice now. Kind of like to prove to myself that that strength is actually there, and it wasn't just like one day adrenaline boosted thing. But also I don't want to over fatigue myself in terms of like tendon stress and my CNS fatigue. I'd probably be fine, you know. But what scares me is I get under it and then I fail the rep, and then that fucks with my head. So we're probably just gonna stick with 365, but if we can get a pause rep, that'll be really good, and that'll make me feel pretty solid about my strength level at the moment. All right, anyway, let's get into it. This is I've been talking for a long time, but this is my 3rd warm-up weight, 185. All right, kind of warming up. I was feeling a little bit in my my left side groin. Still a little bit, although it's kind of gone away as I've been warming up. I think after 315, it was it kind of went away. I don't know. It could be anything. I was really trying to flex through my warm-ups up to 315. So I think maybe, I don't know, maybe I was over flexing my hamstrings and my groin. Could be anything, I don't know, but it seems fine. I think I'm good to go. That last warm-up of 335, 15, 20, yeah, 335. It didn't feel good at all, I will say that, although I checked the video and it moved fine. So Should be good to go. 365 on the bar now. There you go. And yeah, let's try to do this pause rep. You can see kind of my mentality going up. I did pause reps going up, obviously, because that's what I'm going to be doing. But then on that last warm up, I just did a regular drop and come up. My kind of thought process behind that is I want to kind of wake up my central nervous system, get it ready to go, where you don't quite get that in a pause rep. I mean, these are minute things that probably don't really matter, but my mentality is if my last warm up, you know, it's moderately heavy, come up and then just explode straight from the bottom, kind of wakes everything up, gets everything ready to go. And then I think I'm gonna be more on for this rep here. See what happens. Yeah, 255 on the bar. Yeah, I think this is gonna be good. This is kind of like, this is a weight that I think it'll be challenging, but I think it's a good starting point. I'm thinking hopefully I should be able to get up to at least 275, even while cutting, for like 4 sets of 10. So I know I can do 275 for 10, but I've never done multiple consecutive sets with it. And that would be a PR. It'd be a 10-pound PR from the most I've done 4 sets of 10 with. I might actually be going up to 5 sets. Just kind of depends on how everything feels over these next weeks. You know, there's a lot of factors at play. I've reached, you know, I'm at a new strength level, number 1. Number 2, currently I'm heavier than I've ever been. But number 3, I'm cutting, which is a detriment. So kind of just all depends on what happens. But that's all to say, I think this is a good starting point. I'll at least do 1 set here. And hopefully I'll be able to do at least 3 straight sets. Like I said before, it's been like a month or something since I've done 4 sets of 10. So I might just do 3 today. You know, that's with all my warm-ups up to 365, and that 365 for a single pause rep kind of counts as a set. Everything in my legs kind of already feels a little bit fatigued. The muscles are fine, but like the connective tissue and stuff already feels a little bit, you know, kind of the telltale sign for me is my calves get sore, which is something that's kind of been happening since I broke my leg. Kind of a weird thing. Also, another thing. So yeah, about a year and a half ago, I broke my femur, and everything's been fine. You know, obviously I'm stronger than I've ever been, but things have changed a little bit in terms of how I feel on leg day, how squats feel, my positioning. So my calves get really sore, especially when I go heavy. Like not the muscles of the calves, like the tendons, and pretty much the tendons all through my legs. And number two, I've noticed that my right leg kind of bows in a little bit sometimes when I'm going heavy. And I don't exactly know why that is. I can speculate though, because I know that my hamstring on that side is like way more developed than on the leg that I broke. So I'm assuming it's just something to do with the muscle imbalance, whatever. I don't have any pain, you know, and it doesn't make me fail any reps so far. It just kind of happens, you know, and that's probably just how it is, it's something I probably need to work on a little more, more than I have been. But it's fine. Just something I've noticed, you know, just is what it is. You know, when you break your leg, things happen. But anyway, let's get the set. Yeah, that's good. One more for good measure. All right. Well, I was planning on, my kind of rough plan was to do lunges after, which is something I really like for quads. I do really short steps where I get my knee really far over my toes, and the quad pump and the quad burn is, it's indescribable. Actually, I get a better quad pump from those, doing like really long, doing like high volume with them. I get way better burn than with quad extensions, actually. Even doing like, it says 15 on quad extensions, it says 20, like, just the burn is, I really like lunges for that. And about a month ago when I was doing sets of 10 on squats, I was doing those as well. I'd do like 2 sets after my squats. But I dropped those pretty quickly because then I went to my strength peaking block, and there was just no reason to keep them in my head. There was only going to be downsides in terms of my recovery adding those in. So I didn't do them for too long, but I've done them for a good amount of time in the past. Anyway, I think since this is my first session back on sets of 10 for a little bit, I'll probably wait until probably next week. I'll add in like a set, along with a little bit of a weight jump with the squats. And then I'll just up the volume as we go. I want to get up to 5 sets of squats too, but maybe I'll wait a couple weeks until I do that. Or maybe next week, instead of adding in those lunges, I'll add a set of squats first. Who knows? But a really good session. Post PR, and we're doing good. definitely feel it after that fourth set. As you can see, I did all the sets really quickly. Just took it for a ride, and that's 100% the best performance I've ever done. 1 sets of 10. So I remember like 8 or 9 months ago or something. Yeah, something like that. I was doing a lot more volume overall after my squats, but I was doing sets of 4 or 10 sets of 4 on, or 4 sets of 10 on squats. And then I'd go in and I'd do like 8, 9, or 10 more sets after of other stuff. But maybe it wasn't quite that much. It was more like 5 or 6 more sets. Anyway, volume was higher overall. But I remember 4 sets of 10 with 255 was the best I ever did. And those were like paced reps. Like I'd do one, take a breath, another one. I mean, they weren't like 20 rep breathing squats or anything. They were a normal set, but it was a way harder grind than that just was just then, like substantially harder. So good stuff, and we'll see where we can go with that. After that performance, actually, even on the cut, I think I might be able to get up to, I think 185 would be a good goal to hit. I think that'd be good. I think I can make that before my calories get so low the performance starts to drop. Because I've got about a month left before the calorie deficit's at a point where it's like, all right, I might start dropping performance now. But right now, my calorie intake is still high enough. Now, relative to what it was at the peak, it's lower, right? But in terms of actual calorie intake, I'm still eating a high calorie diet. I mean, I'm eating 3,700 a day, 37 and a half, I mean, roughly. Between 35 and 4,000, I mean. But I try to keep it pretty consistent at 37 and a half, but just so I don't have ups and downs. Yeah, so it's still, my calorie intake's still high. So, damn, I look super washed out right there. So, I mean, there's no reason I should be dropping performance. I'm still at the same weight. I'm still like 200 right now. So, we still got periods in the tank, buddy. Mouth's a little dry. This past like month and a half has been, or like 2 months, has been a lot of cold weather. Like if you go on my Instagram or my TikTok, you can see workouts when there's literally snow on the ground. Like I'd have a coffee out here and I'd almost finish it. There'll be like a sip left and I'd go to take a sip and it'd be frozen, dude. Like it was freezing. So it feels really nice for it to be sunny and warm out. Like it's actually, like, I could work out shirtless right now if I wasn't fat. But yeah, so that was leg day. If anybody watches this, drop a comment, let me know what's up. See if you want to see more of these. Yeah. See you guys.